Hi guys, I thought I'd do some art today and kind of get you updated on what's happening around my neck of the woods. So I am working from this new drafting table. I'm just going to move this a bit. This new drafting table. I'm not going to move the camera and show you, so I just thought I'd show you a picture. It took me about 2 hours to put it all together. It came in a flat box and it comes with a stool. And yeah, a lot of parts and pieces to put together, but I was surprised it went together with no problems whatsoever. And it's nice because it has storage, has a nice slide out. It doesn't push in all the way, so it takes up a little bit more room in the living room than I thought it would, but that's okay. We just kind of walk around it when it's put away as much as we can. And this part is nice, like if you have water or liquid in there. Right now it has my water bottle in it, but it's kind of gyroed so that it will always stay upright, it won't spill. And then there's some slots for brushes and whatnot here, paints. Has a little ledge here, and of course this pivots, it can go up like a proper drafting table, but they don't call it a drafting table, they call it Art and Crafts Creative Center. So this came from Michael's and it was on sale. I can't remember how much I paid for it. I think the original price tag was $120. So I was surprised that I was able to get something of this caliber that cheap. Some other new things are also from Michael's. This is a travel set of graphite pencils. Just upside down, put it right side up. Comes with a nice pouch. Your different graphite pencils, a little bit of paper in there, so you can take it with you out traveling. So I like that it's, when it's all folded up, it's like purse size. Put it right into your purse. Oh, that's my kneadable eraser that's stuck in there. Guess it doesn't want to stay in here. And this was another eraser that I have out right now. And then this is my pride and joy. I'll zoom out a little bit for you. This comes in, looks like a metal case. It's not really metal. Oops. Which way does it open? Okay, this way. And this is another graphite set. And here's the one side. So you see your mannequin, you have your mannequin and all your different grades of pencils. And then on this side, there's all your charcoals here, and your blenders, and your sandpaper, and your erasers, and another sharpener. So that's really nice. We're really excited about this. So I have been getting back into artwork again, so I decided it's time to get a few extras. And this is a sketchbook that I got with, I think it came with the art table. So I'm puttering in it here. Let's get back into drawing. I used to draw the big cats. Ignore the muzzle, I'm just working that out right now, but yeah, I've just haven't really just started doing some of the detail in this area here. Yeah, so that'll be an ongoing, this is just for practice, but I thought, you know, I've been doing this for so many years, it's time that I start doing something on video for you guys. So I thought today, as kind of a start, I would get into doing just some coloring with some of my coloring books. I sound like such a kid when I say that. I'm going to color in my coloring books for you today. But you guys know, right, all about this. I'm going to take out this vellum because I can use that. So this is one of my books. I really like this one. I don't have a whole lot that I've colored in. Like, there's some in here, but most of the time when I color something, it's gone. I use it up in something. I'll use it in my journals, make tags out of it, I'll make bookmarks out of it, I'll just put it in as pages in my journals, or I'll even make envelopes out of them. So like I said, not a whole lot that you will see. I'm sorry, that's actually colored. And I have for years got out of doing artwork. Like, I've been an artist all my life. So I'm going to show you all of this because we're going to do one in here. This is kind of a cute book, and I like it because it's heavy paper. I really like this page with the buttons. It's so much fun. And I was thinking what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to cut it into quarters and make 4 tags out of this for sewing journals. Put them in sewing journals. So that's what I mean about I use them for different things. This is definitely a nice color book if you like the detail. I really like this picture too. And I'm going to go too far because I don't want to show you what we're going to be working on, but is there anything else interesting in here? Look at this one. Ooh, pretty crazy. Okay, this is another one that I've been working in. I have been working in just lately. I'll show you. This is the page that I've been working on. And I thought we might do a little bit in here as well. So this is Magic and Mythology Special. This one that I showed you is called Coloring Pages Patterns. Horizon Group. And then this is Lindsay Archer. So these are all of the magic and mythology legend kind of. Oh, I'm trying to find an easy way to do this. Soulbound. Hope this shows up okay. Crystal Moon. And they're blank on the back except for who this person is, which is nice in some ways. Spellcraft, Darkened World, Centaur. Ooh. Shooting Stars. Epona. Nap. Meaning nap. Let's take a nap. Unicorn. Wishing on a Star. Make a Wish. Tree Spirit. This is another one I thought would be fun to do. I don't think there's enough variety in that picture to make a video out of. Willow. Cocoon. dancing tree. It's an interesting concept with the Celtic knot around it. I like that. Aphrodite. This is good for if you like the detail, the water detail. Silky. That's a Irish legend, isn't it? Underwater Kisses. Gates of Atlantis, and it's got a little paragraph about it. Starlit Tides, Mermaid. Poseidon. Lorelei. Cleopatra. Anubis. Hathor. Isis. Ganesha. Indra. Quanti. Heimdallr. One I don't know. Taru. Loki. Thor. Determination. Athena. Oop, 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 oop. There's one more in here. Okay, and that's the back. This is pretty as well. So that's that one. And then the other really nice one I have is this one, Nature Mandalas. And I have colored a lot out of this book, but I've given a lot of them away, put them in journals. So I don't know if there's anything still left in here that I have colored. Fish, very naturistic. Giraffe, zebra, fish, oops. Sea, ocean, the sea, the ocean, what's the difference? Flamingos, lots of nature. I did color one like this one, I believe. I colored the whole thing. And then this is the back cover. And I didn't color this, that just came like that. So this is the mandala one. And these are the cheaper ones you can just get. I think I got most of these at the dollar store or Walmart. And they're okay. They're not bad. I used some of these in some of my journals. And they're thinner paper and they're on both sides. So you kind of have to pick the one you like best. I won't bother showing you everything I have. Oh, there's one I am working on. The sugar skull. Haven't quite finished. I had problems with my black breaking when I was sharpening it, which apparently is typical with Prismacolors, which is what I'm using. And so I stopped. I had enough of them breaking, so I was wearing them down to little nubs. There's my blacks that I was using. Just wore them right down. And not all on this picture, but I was wearing them down, so I learned of the trick where you heat them because it remelts the wax and resets them inside, so you have to warm them up and then cool them down. So I used, I believe it was either Lindsay the Frugal Crafter or Lacquer Fine Arts suggested to take like a rice bag or a bean bag and heat it in the microwave, put your pencils in there, and warm them up right through for a while, and then cool them down, and hopefully that will prevent them from breaking. So I did that with the blacks, and I'm hoping it worked. I haven't gone back to coloring with blacks yet. So that's that one. This one looks really nice on the cover. It wasn't so great on the inside. There's some nice ones. Well, I guess not too bad. I didn't think that I would do. But actually, I think I have used a bunch out of here, and I painted this, I talked about this in another video where I did my coffee and tea journal, and I painted a gold over this, just a gold acrylic, and then I colored with fine liners, and I kind of smudged the liners, and it gave a really interesting effect to the picture. That's a nice one. Okay, and then this is a henna book, and I've used a lot of these ones, not a lot, but some in my journals. I'll color a part of it that I want to use in a journal or on a piece of a tag or something and cut it out. Here's one that I painted the gold and then colored in with my fine liners and cut it out and used it to embellish a journal. Like I say, I use mine. Another one I painted gold, ready for some coloring. I do like the designs in this one. So that's that one. And flower power. And I had another page that I probably tore out of this book, but it had a lot of bugs on it. And when I did my garden journal, I colored and cut out the bugs and butterflies and whatnot and put them in my garden journal. Lots of flowers. Raccoons. Iris, everyone likes to do an iris. So those are the coloring books. I'm going to be working with Prismacolors because I have those for years. When I first started my art career, I used Laurentian when I wanted to work in colored pencils because that's what I had. And they were okay for learning on and, you know, learning all the different techniques and whatnot. And then I switched to Prismacolors. This is the one we're going to do today. I'll zoom in so you can see. I thought this was rather cute. We're going to make just a nice, colorful picture. But this is just to get back, for me, to get back into art again, because it has been a while. I've spent many years as a professional artist. You can do a lot of things, but when you're getting back at it, you kind of have to, like, I never really stopped, but certain things I haven't done in ages, so I thought, well, let's just get back at it, and I've really had the urge to get back at art again. So what I'm doing here, I'm getting the feel of the pencil crayons again. Let's call them colored pencils, I guess. Getting the feel of the Prismacolors, and I'm layering down different colors over top of, like, colors over colors, and playing around and seeing what makes what happen. It's kind of fun, and it's a fun way to get back into things and remember which pencils reacted which way. For example, some of the blues. How am I going to do this so I can see? Okay, let's put this like this. Is that going to work? I think I'm going to tear this out of the book. I think that's going to make it a whole lot easier. as I was saying, some pencils, like the blue, this nice Copenhagen blue and the blue indigo, the pigments are so deep and so rich that you don't have to press very hard to get the pigment onto the paper. And then some of them are more staining. I'm just sharpening this up a bit, as you can probably hear. Some pigments are more staining than others. And so when you go to burnish, if you put your line down a little too dark, it's going to kind of stick. So like I said, I'm fooling around with different layers. So we're just going to, I'll zoom in a little bit so you can sort of see. Hopefully I'll try and keep what I'm doing in the center of the page. But I mean, you learn from everybody, right? So why not get some videos up there? My eyes are really wonky tonight. I don't know why. It is late. I've been up for a while, so my eyes are just getting tired. So I've just got some medium pressure on this because this is going to be a dark shaded area. And I'm going to warn you ahead of time also. I have a slight jerk to my hand every once in a while, so if it looks like I boop, all of a sudden went out of the line, that might be why. But I thought I might as well as not do these videos because, you know, just because you have any type of a handicap, you know, you might think, well, I can't do that because of this problem or that problem. If you watch me in my little jerks and see how I kind of solve the problems, it might encourage you. Besides, these are for, you don't have to give them away, you don't have to display them, show them, sell them. They can be just for your own enjoyment. You put a movie on and just sit back and enjoy the process. So I'm just doing a little bit of deep shading here, and then I'm going to put a different color over this and then do some blending with it. And these are kind of looking like fields, so I want to add something that'll make it go green. So I could use green, I could use yellow. I'm trying to remember where these all go. Try to keep my pencils organized, which I haven't done for a while. So now I'm all organized. So we have a lot of yellows to choose from. I should say that I have 2 trays here of colored pencils set up. And they're all kind of sorted out to the way that I look at them. And you should set it up to what suits you. And if you have a color chart that you like to follow, do make a chart out. It can help a lot when you're looking for a specific color. I'll often also keep a scrap piece of paper so I can try out the different colors and find the one that I want. And I'm thinking for this, I will try I'm going to try kind of an aquamarine. Let's see, that one doesn't say what it is. Some of them has the name of it on there, and some, like green, the older ones just have a number. There we go. Here's an aquamarine. Those ones back. try the aquamarine. I'm just going to go over it lightly in the spaces here. And now I'm using very light pressure. When I was getting back into the swing of doing artwork, it didn't take long before I realized that, you know, the old carpal tunnel thing, with these fingers going numb. So I found that if I held the pencil like this, just to change up the angle of the way I was holding the pencil, it worked much better to prevent the numbness, besides just shaking it out and taking a break. I'm working on 2 big paintings right now. Well, I guess colored pencils aren't considered a painting, considered a drawing. So one is colored pencil. The other one is kind of like pen and ink. Combined with some colored pencil. So now I have the aquamarine down. I think I'm going to get a yellow. I find working with colored pencils a little bit, oh, how would you call it? This is 315. Let's see if the other one has a name on it. Canary yellow, it's called. I think I'll use this one. It's nice and light. We'll sharpen it up a wee bit. I can't remember what I was just talking about. I suppose I could play my video back. I'm going to just go in some little circles. Whoa. See if I can just burnish this in. I don't want to break the tip. I'm going to have to press pretty hard to get that to burnish. Now I can see that that aquamarine has really stained that, so I think I'm going to skip the yellow. And I'm going to burnish with a blue, very light blue instead. 320, what is that? Light green. What have we got for light blue? Yeah, no, I need a green. What am I saying? I need a green that looks like a green to have a green grass at this point. So I'm going to try the 313. What is the 313? I have to memorize these. Pale green, it says. Burnish this a bit. Don't want to break that tip. Sometimes I'll get so engrossed in what I'm doing I forget that I have a long tip, and I go to burnish and I go push on it and I bust the tip right off. So I gotta pay attention what I'm doing here. So I'm just blending everything. This pigment doesn't lay down very smoothly. I can feel it. It's almost got a grittiness to it underneath. And if you do burnishing and you're pressing hard like I am, you may want to take your paper out of your book so you don't damage the pages underneath. Well, you guys probably all know all this, but I'm going to add my little tidbits here and there anyways. Like I said, I have been drawing and painting for over 50 years. Well over 50 years. I do have some tips that I can give. I'm sure somewhere along the way. This reminds me of a tire. If I'd have painted this brownish black, it would have looked just like a tire. Yes, the drawings that I'm working on right now, the big ones, are for gifts. So I'm not going to show them until after they've received them, and if they're okay with me putting it into a video. I am videoing parts of it, but if they okay it, then I'll go ahead and put the video up, which I'm sure they will. And they're very big, and they're taking a ton of pigment, a ton of colored pencils. But I will get into that in more detail when I show you the painting. So there's our first little blending field. Nothing special, very basic. 3 colors. Let's do something more interesting. I had a lot of fun doing these houses. I don't know if you can tell by this one, but I layered, in this purple one, I layered a lot of different colors in there. There's yellow in there, there's orange, there's pink in the background to make this wall. It's not just, you know, the 2 colors that I've shaded in. There's a lot of different layers going on there. The same with this grass here, that field. The same with this one here. It's fun to play around and see when you start layering colors what you get. And you're trying out different things. So up top, let's see. Might as well do this house here because it's right down in view. And I have a blue, and I have a red, and I have a purple. So let's do an orange. So I'm going to pick, let's try an orange with maybe, do I have a purple and an orange? Not really. Okay, let's outline this with a violet. And we'll do orange on the inside. Let's see what happens. Now this violet is very light. I'm wondering if I should use my purple instead. Let's use a purple. This is from the new set I just bought. I haven't even used this pencil yet. I have oh, that's what I was telling you. I have parts of 3 sets here that I have laid out, that I've had for, some of them I've had for a long time. Some are brand new. So when I go right along the edge here, I'm sort of pressing medium firm, and then I lighten up to do the lighter area so that it can be blended out. And then I like, when I'm done the entire painting, I like going back, or drawing, whatever you want to call it. I like going back in and just fixing up little spots that I might have missed, just to make it look like really perfect. Not that I'm a perfectionist, but when you're a professional artist, you like things to look great. And I have been a professional artist for many years, so. Self-taught professional artist. I mean, I've taken workshops and had people teach me things, sat me down, relatives and what have you, and different artists, and been to different workshops and taken little bits of training here and there, but I haven't attended art school or art college. Grade 12 art, that was me in school. Whoops, there's that jerk I was telling you about there. It's going to be fun to mix the orange with this. Might get brown, you know. Purple and orange. Might just get a really kind of a pukey brown. You never know. But a brown house is okay too, right? In fact, this house up here I did with probably that violet or maybe even this purple, and then I did yellow, and it kind of came out as a light brown. So my guess is if I'm going to put an orange here, I'm going to get a brown as well. But let's take a nice bright orange. I could take a neon orange. Sometimes neon just means it's very light, and sometimes it can be a specific pigment. 382, what is that? Deep orange, yeah, deep orange. Deep orange sounds nice. So because I don't want it to turn to mud, I'm going to do these white areas first before I start my blending. To try to prevent as much of the brown from happening as possible, because I have a sneaky feeling I'm going to get brown. Okay, let's start blending here and see what happens. That's cool, I like it. I like it, I like it, I like it. I missed some purple on the bottom of that. Yeah, I think this is going to look okay. Get those lines out of there. Get out, get out, get out. I'm going to wind up breaking this tip again and you see it. So these coloring books are basically just to experiment, do some experimenting with colors, get myself back into the feel of working with colored pencils again after being away for so long. Not totally away, but you know, you go through some changes and you move a few times and you kind of get away from it. And lately I've really felt the urge to get back into doing art again. So it never totally leaves you. You never totally stop. Like I always had sketchbooks handy, and I haven't drug out the paints in a while. partly because we're in, such a small apartment. I'm afraid if I set it up here in the living room, I'm going to get paint everywhere. And yeah, so it kind of looks, doesn't really look brown. It kind of does. I guess it kind of does over the purple. If you were just looking at it, you'd say, okay, that's brown. Yeah, that's kind of what you would say. Let's try the purple with a different color. Let's do it on this, right here on this part of the house. Can you see that okay? Doo-doo-doo.